All right, so FM23, the beta Roma. We are here for the FM23 beta with Roma in Serie A, of course. Go also to the YouTube channel and try to leave there follow, subscribe, and also maybe a like if you like it, if you like the content. And with the international break, of course, comes a lot of things, some of them more interesting, some of them less interesting. We have the Friendly Cup semi-final with Banik Ostrava Friendly Cup, and I don't have quite an idea where it is. I think all the games are on London Stadium in London, so we are going to London for this Friendly Cup with all the players that are not going to the World Cup. Yeah, so the ones that are not going to the World Cup are going to Friendly Cup. Of course, we are Roma, we are not huge club like Real Madrid or Manchester City or Liverpool, and we have some players that are not going to the World Cup. If I would be looking here in the squad, probably Rui Patricio will go, Roger Ibanez probably not for Brazil, Chris Smalling probably not for England, Mancini, Italy is not qualified for the World Cup, so a lot of the Italian players will be available for the Friendly Cup. And then we have people like Nikola Zalewski, who most probably will not go. Turkey is not there. Matias Viña might go. Yeah, Matias Viña is among the few. Jorginho Wijnaldum, I don't expect him to go. Maybe a couple of years ago he was one of the, let's say, main players of the Netherlands national team, but not now, not anymore. But then we have people like Tammy Abraham, who I think deserves to go. I don't know if he will be taken there. Paulinho most probably will not find a place in a very, very good and very competitive Portugal team. Rui Patricio will go because they don't have so many options in goal, and Rui Patricio is of course very good goalkeeper. And then Paulo Dybala will go, Deulofeu will probably not go, and from the others I don't know exactly. Nemanja Matic might go with Serbia, but this remains to be seen because he's not so young, so I don't know, it depends a lot, you know, on the manager. Same for Cup Miners. Cup Miners might be, let's say, might have more chances than Wijnaldum. Rick Karsdorp, the same thing. So there are a lot of players that have a chance to go to the World Cup, but this doesn't mean that they will go. Yeah, things are not 100% sure. It's never 100% sure. So we are going to play Monza, boys and girls. We have a very nice squad. We are playing Monza. Yeah, in Serie A. We have 2 more games until the international break, and one of them is against Monza, and we are looking forward to it. The other one is against Torino, so not very easy matches. Yeah, we have quite complex ones. They are not very easy. Yeah. All right, let's go to the team selection. We will play this 4-3-1-2 still. We have Chirivella injured for a couple of days, 2 to 5 days. We will have Pellegrini back because he was rested for the match against Austria Vienna in Europa League. So if you have watched already the YouTube video after the match with Maribor, we managed to win against Salernitana in a pretty evenly match, more difficult than what we kind of hoped at the beginning. Then we lost Derby della Capitale against Lazio. We were really poor here, and the thing is that I kind of changed a lot the tactics there, which did not help us in any way. So it is a lesson learned that I don't need to change the tactics so many times if I want to win. Against Milan we had a bit of luck, but they were also kind of poor. They have a very good team. Generally in FM22 they didn't have a good team in the first season, but as you go along, like third, fourth, fifth season, Milan starts to have a better and better team. After this we didn't have any issues against Austria Vienna, and we even played the second team in Europa League, so we are winning the Europa League group. I don't think that Rennes will cause us any problems. They need to win by 2 goals in order for them to top the group and go play with a team like in second place in Europa League, because I think second place in Europa League can also play against, I'm not sure, against someone in the Champions League. The third place is in the Champions League. I don't know how the places in the Champions League are looking, but it seems that Barcelona qualified here. Yeah, it's not like in real life. So here we are with Roma. We are ready to play against Monza, or Brianza as they are called in this wonderful game. Yeah, because they don't have a license for the wonderful team of Berlusconi and Galliani, of course. All right, so what we were saying is that the teams that we should or we could face from Champions League, but not, I think that we will top the group in the end and we will not have any second chances to this, are Juventus. So just like in real life, we can play against Juventus, against Atletico Madrid. I don't know if we can play against an Italian team from the start. Ajax, of course, will go on third place. Bayer Leverkusen are doing much better than in real life here. Then we will have Tottenham, who are kind of the same as in real life, fighting there for a place. Then Leipzig, of course, and OM or Napoli, while Chelsea seems to go out. Very strange. Cup miners will be on the bench, but we will need to put in our, let's say, stronger 11, because we have the players from that match against Austria Vienna in Europa League, where I said that we tried to put in the second team, because anyway we are already qualified. It's just a question of are we going to win the group or not, and most probably we are. Zaniolo will be changed here with Pellegrini. Pellegrini will go here, and Bove will play as a Carriero, even though he's not great. But we don't have a lot of options, and I don't want to use again Cup miners too much, because they will get also very tired very quickly, and we are risking a lot of injuries. I think this was one topic of discussion since the beta release, because we had already an update that was mostly related to the development of the players. And what I got from this update is that it's good that we have an update. Yeah, we deserve to have an update, and things deserve to be better. But the idea is that it seemed easy for them to kind of mess with the development of players. So in case this was a mistake from the beginning, does it mean that they kind of they did not pay attention to a very important process, or that process is not very complex? They are just doing a couple of tweaks there, a couple of, some guy writes 5 lines of code in half an hour, and then that's the player development. Something could be a little bit strange there, because they did this change, they did this patch quite fast. And if we are looking at the differences, because I have seen people who have simulated many years, and if you are looking at the differences, there are major differences, you know. So it seems like a very important... Oh, Abraham! Tammy Abraham, was it offside? Yeah, the referee got the flag up. Very good pass from Deulofeu. I like that we played very fast, short passing, just as I want. The goal is disallowed, but we are making some dangerous moves there. But of course it's Monza, so we are supposed to win without any doubt here. They have Sensi and Rovella and they have Caprari, who is a very dangerous player. Matteo Pessina, of course. Now Dybala with a free kick. Dybala can score from here. Oh, Dybala again Dybala. You know, never underestimate Dybala. Never underestimate him. People always underestimate him. People always say he does not deserve to be a world-class player, or, you know, in the same kind of bracket with bigger players, you know, like the Mo Salah of this world, or the Kevin De Bruyne of this world. Of okay, maybe he's not that consistent and stuff, but God, he is very, very gifted, very talented player. Now Petagna. Oh, Petagna in real life kind of proved that he can be a good player. You know, he can be one of the best attackers in in Serie, which was a little bit strange because he didn't show that past few seasons. He used to be this kind of wonder kid. We were waiting for Petagna to show up, but there were more like this. There was Patrick Cutrone, if you remember. There were a lot of like young, talented Italian attackers that did not make it. Now you have the Zaniolo and the Chiesa. Yeah, so let's see. You have very good passing here, which is important. Deulofeu. Oh, Tammy Abraham, what a header. What a first time cross from Deulofeu. First touch cross. Yeah, first touch. Wonderful. You see Smalling here with the ball to Karsdorp. Long. Deulofeu. Tammy Abraham. Amazing striker. It would be a pity for him not to catch the World Cup squad. In real life, I don't think that he will. I think England is, you know, is putting too much pressure or too much emphasis on Harry Kane. But then again, Harry Kane is very good, but you must try also with other players. Oh, hits the bar, and Petagna scores there with the rebound. I don't know what our defenders were doing, because it seems that they just let him score there. There was absolutely no opposition. With Carlos here, Carlos Alberto on the side. With a low cross, Pessina hits the post, and then Petagna, unmarked. But they had three players, Caprari, Pessina and Petagna. All three of them were there in our box, 6-yard box, if you want. Now Mancini, Matic, Mancini, Smalling, Bove. Now Deulofeu. Deulofeu can create something out of nothing every time. Now Dybala for Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham with a doppietta. 68th minute, Roma Brianza or Roma Monza 3-0. Great display from the guys here. Deulofeu again creating something, then Dybala with a good pass. Tammy Abraham comes there very fast. They have Iso, like Petagna, he's coming from Torino. If I'm not wrong, also Petagna used to play for Torino. But come on, Iso is not a world-class central defender, so we are talking about players who are above 30 and are not really, you know, the most gifted ones. So I will move Matic here as an advanced playmaker, but he's very tired, so I need to change him also. I will put Pagano as advanced playmaker, and I will put Cup Miners here. I wanted to bring in Cup Miners. I need to bring in Cup Miners. And then who else can I change? No one right now. I need to change Vinia. I may change Vinia with Spinazzola also, because I used Vinia a lot, and he provided, you know, he provided a lot. So I really believe in him, that he's our best left back. Very good, you know, also in attack, in bringing in the passes and everything. I like the way he is all round. Spinazzola is kind of flimsy, you know, you can have a lot of confidence in him, especially in attack, but there can be games where he just disappears, or he... Tammy Abraham with a header, but just above, where Spinazzola just disappears and you don't see him, or he is too much in front and he doesn't do the, you know, the defensive phase enough or good enough. Tammy Abraham now with a good dribbling, keeping the ball. Now Spinazzola for Mancini. Spinazzola again. Mancini, Pagano, and we have Spinazzola. Again Mancini. Oh, Mota. With good speed, Mota. Oh, but the shot goes away. Very poor there from Mancini. Now Dybala with a free kick from the wide area, but Di Gregorio comes out to parry it, to catch the ball. Very good positioning there for Di Gregorio. Machin now for Pessina, and let's see, Pessina keeps the ball. Good dribbling, and then Machin, Karsdorp with a good block. I don't know what our central defenders are doing. When they are very tired, they don't do anything, and this almost always can be a problem, you know, almost every match. So it's not a thing of they played a lot of matches and they are tired. Almost every match, after like 80 minutes, anything can happen. Because it's true, when players are tired, they make very bad decisions. Now Cup Miners with a free kick. He can bring in a good cross. Pagano was there, but they are winning the headers, and now Sensi for a counter. But I think Sensi is also tired, and now Machin, but the final whistle is blown and we won 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. Very good performance. A win and a very good performance. Yeah. And we're going forward. Yeah, we are going forward. We have a match against Stade Rennes in Europa League, which will be the last match in Europa League before the international break for the World Cup. After this, we have a match against Torino in Serie. Let's see where we are in the table. We are still 7th position, 21 points, just 1 point below Lazio and 1 point below Milan. But Milan and Atalanta, they have one fewer game. Yeah. So we need to get ready for the match against Stade Rennes. Good job. So Monza was not a very tough opposition. Of course, it was not. Roma's unbeaten run reaches 10 games, so we have an unbeaten run. This is very nice and very important that we have an unbeaten run, because the beginning of the season... What? Unbeaten home run. Okay. So when we lost here against Lazio was considered an away game, yeah. Even though we played on Olimpico, it was considered an away game, which kind of makes sense because we need to play one game at home and one away. What we don't have here is the number of spectators. Yeah, the attendance. We have the attendance, yeah, correct. I was under the impression that these are comparable amounts, you know, but actually this is the attendance and this is the TV revenue, which generally for Italy is the same as the one for away team. Yeah, this is home team TV money, but the away team gets the same. I don't know if in UEFA Europa League is the same, but in Serie A is pretty much the same. You see here, but this was not televised. No additional money given from TV rights. But with Rennes we are getting 43,000, which to me is very, very low. But you can imagine if you are a team like Maribor, maybe, yeah, against Maribor we only have 4,000, so it is very low money, not a lot of money. It's a pity. I don't know how much you know, it matters if you go to Europa League or not for these smaller teams. For us, of course. So Tammy Abraham gets his $500,000 bonus for scoring 10 goals. Of course it's a lot of money, but then again it's 10 goals. Recruitment. They are playing a 4-4-2. Let's go to the data hub to see how exactly they are playing. They are playing a Gegenpress style with this 4-4-2 with very good line here. They have Amari Traore with Joe Rodon, Teate and Birger Melling. I don't know who this guy is. Looks like a good international, Norwegian international from Rennes. Came from Nîmes. Bourigeaud, Santa Maria, they have quite a good team with Guiri and Doku here. Doku would be an amazing scoop, let's say. If we would be able to get him. He has already 10 caps and 2 goals in the Belgium national team. I think he was a bit downgraded because in FM22 he was a beast, he was incredibly good, but in FM23 it seems that he was a little bit downgraded. Okay, we are in Europa League, we are playing Rennes, it's the last match from the group stage. We need to bring in Zaniolo, but I don't know for who. I think for Dybala, because Dybala seems like he's very tired, so I may keep him even out of the squad for this. We have Wijnaldum, who was not registered, but it was good because he was injured, so I think that was a good decision not to register him. I will need to make some changes because we have a difficult game against Torino in Serie A that we absolutely need to win before the international break. Yeah. Okay, so we are about to go, bringing in Belotti, keeping Tammy Abraham there, and maybe changing the fullbacks, bringing in Ibanez and keeping in Mancini. Matic is probably very, very tired, but we don't have a lot of options. Because Chirivella is injured and Madi Camara is not fully fit, but I can bring in Madi Camara nevertheless, and I would put Bove here, and I will use Pellegrini and change him at the break. He's wanted by PSG. It's going to be very interesting, the transfer window. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. The thing is that now let's be kind of realistic. If we are about to sell someone, of course I don't want to sell Tammy Abraham, and I don't want to sell Dybala, but Dybala just signed for us, so it would be a bit stupid for the clubs to come for Dybala, but it's FM, so you don't know what will happen. Even in real life these things happen sometimes with players that just sign their contracts and they are leaving after 6 months or something like this. But what I'm thinking, I would rather sell Pellegrini, even though he is the captain, he is very important for the team, very important in the, you know, in the locker room. But I would rather sell Pellegrini if it was like this, because him I can replace easily on the transfer market, but someone like Tammy Abraham, I don't know if I can replace him that easy. And Madi Camara with a bad foul there. Jeremy Doku. Pellegrini already on booking. Majer, oh, what a goal for Rennes. Lovro Majer, I think he's Croatian. Doku turning here for Santa Maria, and we really had almost no one there on the center. On the center space. Lovro Majer. They are playing this Gegenpressen style that we don't really need to get into there. So Pellegrini there with a hard tackle. Now great pass, Terrier. Not bad, Martin Terrier. To me it seems that Spinazzola doesn't do anything on this side. Now Zaniolo with a counter. It's just him and another guy. It's Hamari Traoré. But Zaniolo, oh, what a bad foul from Borijou. Ref, you need to come here and give them a yellow card, at least a yellow card. Alright, Zeki Celik. Now Rui Patricio with a long ball. And, oh, Meling there, the Norwegian, and Steve Mandanda. The long ball to Guiri. Now Terrier. Ibanez is next to him. Terrier can bring in a cross, a low cross to Guiri, and now Guiri for Hamari Traoré from outside the box. A good shot, not a bad shot from Hamari Traoré. Very disappointed in our midfield, but maybe what we need to do is to go with a more balancing approach and maybe more direct passes. I think it didn't help that we have quite a higher defensive line in keeping the possession and all of these things. I would definitely change Spinazzola, but instead of that, what I will do, I will bring in Chris Smalling here and tell him to stay wider. Madi Camara looks like he cannot play in this kind of role, so I'll put him as a ball-winning midfielder, and we'll put Eduardo Bove as CM support. Start the second half. Spinazzola wins the ball. Now Smalling. Spinazzola again. Doesn't know what to do. Pass back to Rui Patricio. I am quite disappointed in Spinazzola. Now, Eduardo Bove advancing a little bit. Now Zeki Celik with a long ball, and Zaniolo is there. First touch shot. Great volley from Zaniolo. Jeremy Doku. Guiri, now Mayer. The ball went out. No, Terrier now. Oh. They have a big chance there. Now Belotti was there, but it seems that our strikers have really a tough time in. Now excellent Zaniolo there, goes around the keeper and scores. Zaniolo, excellent, excellent. He comes from the, you see, yeah, Zaniolo and Steve Mandanda, no match for our wonderful wonder kid, wonderful young player Zaniolo. We are proceeding with the tactical changes. Yeah, we brought in Paulinho for Tammy Abraham. If we manage a draw here, everything will be wonderful because we will have 5 wins and a draw. We will top the group and we will go as seeded team, I hope, to the draw that will take place just a couple of days after this match, I think. So going with a more, let's say, standard defensive line, lower defensive line. We were dropping off more, but that did not help. But it helped us to go with a lower defensive line instead of a higher one. And of course it helps us that we have Zaniolo there. So I will bring in Coop Miners and Pagano. Let's see. Yeah, we have the needed changes to do this. Another 12 minutes. I could have kept one more substitution just for the end to kind of waste a little bit of time. They have a corner. Lovro Meyer. Paulinho wins the header. And now Zeki Celik for Meyer. Zaniolo with a foul there. Was it a foul? Not Guiri. Will they have a penalty? 88th minute. Yeah, penalty awarded. Maybe Rui Patricio will save it. We don't know. We don't know. Who is it? Burijo? Oh. Rui Patricio went, I think, 2 seconds before Burijo touched the ball. So now we need to go attacking because we don't have anything to lose. What do we have to lose? Absolutely nothing. So we will keep these guys here. We'll put these guys here. Actually, Zeki doesn't play. So let's go attacking. Let's see if we can. Let's go. I don't know if this will help. Yeah. Not a bad shot from Burijo, but I think Rui Patricio went too early. 4 minutes of stoppage time, but no highlights. Yeah, no highlights, and we are losing the last match against Rennes. If we are looking at the table, we are still first on goal difference. Good, then. Because we scored also an away goal. I don't know if away goals still matter. But you can see here where they were as an expected goal. So they were much lower. And they went to, due to the penalty, much higher here. So I don't think that we played bad, but... Alright, the Beta Roma World Cup stream. Yeah. As I said, there are a lot of people streaming at this time. If you are coming from any of them, just leave a comment, leave a sign, leave a follow maybe if you like this kind of content. There is also a lot of content on YouTube regarding this series, and also here on Twitch you could see the different VODs. There are other people streaming, and I mentioned the Malteser Falcon. Is he still on? I think he's still on. Then if I'm just kind of, you know, browsing through the list, there is Tony Jameson streaming RDF Tactics. Yeah, Zealand. There are a couple of players, you know, with the FM23 once it got out, and there are a lot of people streaming and playing FM23. There are a couple of usual FIFA streamers that came to FM23 and started to play it, to play it and to stream and everything else. So they are also there. So there are also people that are coming to FM23 from FIFA, from normal like FIFA streamers. So that is also an important point to emphasize when we are talking about Twitch streaming. So Monza win against Milan with 2 goals from Matteo Pessina. You see these graphics? Why are all the teams here with capital letters? It's a legit question. Why are they there? So we are in 7th place. We need to win. If we are winning, so we are going to receive 4.77 million over the upcoming season. El Shaarawy earlier today, that the player, he would like something to discuss with you. His contract will expire, and I don't think that I'm willing to prolong his contract. He was not that bad, but we don't really need a winger, and we have some other options in this attacking midfielder position. I just wanted that I'm going to explore. Where would you want to live? You're happy here, right? I don't know who's been briefing you, but I'm not as happy here as you think. So he wants to consider his options at the end of the contract. If we can find him a team now, we can sell him. We could sell him also in the summer, but his salary is 5.6 million. So do you think someone will come and say, okay, you have El Shaarawy, I will give you 5.6 million and you can just go? No. That's not the case. That's not the case, unfortunately. It's very important to have some kind of a, stable team, and things are never perfect in a team. You will always have some of your most influential players, some of your team leaders and so on, that are unhappy or they don't like something. Or so Xabi Alonso was fired already by Bayer Leverkusen. Well, it's kind of legit. We need to scout these players. They have very good players. Marcos Andre, Adam Hložek. They have Adam Hložek, but not really playing him. They are playing Sardar Azmoun, Patrick Schick. A lot of good attacking players from Leverkusen, but I think they miss a lot of other stuff. Yeah, it's not the attack that is necessarily main. So Karsdorp out, Smalling out. I don't get why Karsdorp is out, because he played probably every match here. Okay, average rating 671, which was not great, but he played. I mean, I gave him the chances to play. He got a lot of yellow cards, granted, but anyway, they prefer some other players. This view is not great for the national teams, because we don't have any contracts and those 2 columns are just disappearing. 9 players called up. So we have 9 players, ladies and gentlemen, 9 out of, let's say, 25, 26 that are called up. We have Tammy Abraham at England, then we have 3 players for Netherlands: Teun Koopmeiners, Jorginho Wijnaldum, and Justin Kluivert, who is on loan at Valencia, and they have an optional future fee of 15 million, which if I were them I would trigger it, but I don't know if they will. Nikola Zalewski, who did not even play a lot of matches for us, is called up by Poland. Poland going to the World Cup Group C. There, then we have Rui Patricio, of course, in Portugal. Cristian Volpato, yeah, the youngster that we talked about earlier, is going to Australia, Group D. And then Paulo Dybala is going to confront Zalewski in Group C at Argentina, along with, let's say, a little bit more. We don't see. Yeah, we do see Lionel Messi, of course. We do see Lionel Messi, who is, let's say, a little bit more of a celebrity than Paulo Dybala. Then we have Matias Vinha in Group H, playing against Rui Patricio. Yeah, so of course we will want the match reports for all of them. It will be very, very interesting matches, very interesting matchups. And yeah, it will be the World Cup. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have the World Cup. Yeah. Okay, I will encourage him a little bit. El Shaarawy. A very good player nonetheless, but I don't know if we have the space or we have the, you know, the tactical approach for him, the best tactical approach where he can play, so which will improve the mood and the morale, and they will go to the vacation period with some better morale or better mood. And yeah, I think that's what we want. We need to attack Torino, of course. We are going to the... So we have all the results. 8-1 Napoli against Spezia. So Napoli has a really overpowered squad in FM23. Which might be also the case because they are very, very good in real life. So if we win here, we are going to have 24 points, but we aren't able to go past any of these teams. But we have 3 teams that are 1 point above us and 1 team that is 2 points above us, Juventus. And if we lose, we don't... we may lose to Fiorentina. We may lose our place to Fiorentina if we are losing, but I don't think that will be the case. So 7th place, not great, you know, not great. 13 matches. We should have been better normally with the squad that we have. Look at this, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, you know, if I would have had Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, I would probably play with wingers. It's the same thing because we are playing without wingers and with attacking midfielders. You know, first time I wanted to play a 4-2-2-2, yeah, with 2 defensive midfielders, 2 attacking midfielders, and 2 strikers, because we have this potential in the team. We have Paulo Dybala, we have Lorenzo Pellegrini, who are very, very good, and they can play all of these positions. Let's play with a standard line. Let's go a little bit to the data hub to see how they are playing. Yeah, they are playing a gegenpress style, so we need to... And they have all of these players in their defense. So we may be able, due to their formation, due to the fact that they have this kind of a more defensive formation, we may be able to keep a lot of possession, which is something that we want, but we need, I think, to go with a standard defensive line because they will press us a lot, and I don't want them to catch us up. Our central defenders are not very fast. I'm not playing Roger Ibanez. They are very good at positioning, they are very good at defending, at other stuff, marking, tackling, but they are not very fast. Yeah, let's go with Torino. They have Radonic that used to play for Marseille, if I remember. Miranchuk coming from Atalanta. So, to me, if you ask me, I think that Torino squad now it's weaker than it used to be in the past. I really think that it's a bit weaker than what they had last season. Not a lot of highlights overall. Let's see, maybe now Dybala with a free kick, but it was from long way out. So you have seen my camera preferences. They have already a yellow card, and we have more possession, but not significantly. We don't have like 65-70%. Now Karsdorp, we are playing in these white shirts, red shorts. Matic, Gianluca Mancini, Vinia, Mancini for Pellegrini. Now with the pass, Abraham, they're very good on the ball, on the recovery. And now Smalling for Karsdorp. Karsdorp and Abraham scores. Tammy Abraham, excellent positioning. Very good Smalling pass for Karsdorp. The two that were not called up by their teams for the World Cup. We see Tammy Abraham with a back pass, and then Chris Smalling with a long ball for Karsdorp, and then Tammy Abraham coming in and scoring. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I told them that I'm not very happy with their playmaking efforts to our midfielders. Maybe that will help. Now Vlasic for Singo, Wilfried Singo, but Vinia is there. Very good positioning from Vinia, and very good recovery overall. Of course, we are still going to play positive. We have some of the ball, but not a lot. Miranchuk can't get in a cross. Let's see Miranchuk. For Ricci. Oh, what a goal from Samuel Ricci. Through the forest of legs there. There were a lot of people in the 16-yard box, but Miranchuk comes back. Ricci with a very good very good place shot, but low place shot. Now Dybala with a free kick. Dybala, very close. Still 1-1. 55 minutes. The statistics indicate that we are getting our shots. What I want to do, I want to make a couple of tweaks. Dybala is nervous there. I will... I cannot put Zaniolo because he was injured. This is a very tough call. I will put Matic here. I will bring in Chirivella for Pellegrini. And I will put Matic to be like a deep lying support. And Koop Miners will be the most advanced playmaker. So we will have two playmakers. This means that we will at least try, to keep the ball more. Because otherwise I don't see how we can have chances. Now Miranchuk with a corner for Torino, the far post. We are winning the header. Vlasic with another cross. Buongiorno. Tammy Abraham wins the ball there, but Shures. And now Miranchuk, Radonic. Oh, Radonic with a good shot. Yeah, from the edge of the box. Now Miranchuk with a far post corner again. Buongiorno with a header, but no problems for Rui Patricio. We have another free kick, another Dybala free kick. Good shot, but Vania Milinkovic Savic is there. We will try to play more direct. Maybe also to pass into space, and we will not... I will bring in Paulinho. Maybe El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy for Dybala. And Paulinho will be also advanced forward. We will keep our crosses. but we will try to have them floated. But I'm just thinking, if we are not really winning a lot of headers, bringing in El Shaarawy, but Dybala was not really a guy who would fight for the headers. Now Vanya, Miranchuk, but Karsdorp wins the ball there, and Tammy Abraham, Samuel Ricci. So they are playing with the defensive line very, very low. This is why maybe we need more direct passing, because their defensive line is very low, and of course they are winning the headers when we are kind of trying to cross or winning the ball on the rebound. Oh, very good chance for Torino. They played better in the second half. I think we will need to go with an attacking mentality, because it's not working. Something is not working. We are risking a lot, but we need to find some magical moments. If they are playing wider, we will be toast. We will lose. Look, Miranchuk now. Voivoda, Rui Patricio claims the ball. Now Paulinho wins the header. So I don't think at all that the defense was our issue. I think it was offside now for Sanabria. Come on, they cannot score like this. 82nd minute. We are losing the match. We cannot lose this match. We are supposed to be winning. Goal awarded. Oh my god, this is heartbreaking. Cup Miners, no, come on. Ricci, Lazaro, Vlasic now. Vlasic, Chirivella wins the ball, back pass to Rui Patricio, long ball through to Paulinho. Paulinho, there is nobody there to help him, and we are again in an offside position. Buongiorno for Lazaro. Lazaro, Samuel Ricci. Lazaro, was it offside? No, yes, it was offside. Very stressful. Now Buongiorno wins the header and Lazaro goes on a counter. There are only 3 minutes of stoppage time. Now Abraham wins there the ball, and Belotti with a shot. Come on, how could we miss from there? Cup Miners, El Shaarawy. No, Miranchuk. Shures, Voivoda. Come on, press, press. Lazaro, again, free here, Vlasic. Voivoda. And I think it was offside this time for Sanabria. No, it wasn't. Lazaro with a shot. And they have a corner now. Oh my god. Statistics indicate that we are in control of the match. I don't think the statistics are right here. Come on, how can we be in control of the match? We are not in control of anything. Now Miranchuk takes his time, takes all the time in the world for this corner. We are looking at this Joma commercial on the side of the side panels. Now Miranchuk, they will not be faster. GG. With a shot, and it's a goal kick. And it will be Rui Patricio now, who seems not to have a problem with timing, even though we have like 10 seconds left. Paulinho, Matic. Paulinho again goes back with the ball, and we are losing to Torino. Incredible. How can we lose to Torino? They came back. So we are going with a huge defeat in the international break. We are still on 7th, I think. Yeah, we are still on 7th, 21 points, but now we are 4 points from 6th place and 5 points from 3rd place. Yeah, we couldn't. Of course, we shouldn't have lost that. Italian Serie A breaks for the World Cup, and our next match is going to be 4th of January, so at least we will have a job until 4th of January. Players will report back on Friday 9th of December. We didn't play well. Well, I know that we didn't play well. The idea is why we didn't play well. We completed 404 passes. Lorenzo Pellegrini was poor. Tammy Abraham was not good. Paulo Dybala was kind of average. I don't know what I could have done. I could have changed the tactics, of course, to make it a little bit, let's say, better suited. We could have had a different half-time team talk. A lot of things could have been a little bit better, but then again, if they are not, it's not necessarily too bad. Let's say things can be improved. There is enough time for things to be improved. Good. So as we are heading to the international break, we are going to look also a little bit at the recruitment. Yeah, the players don't think that Stefano Sharawi should be in the... Yeah, we have a friendly with Inter. So they are making extra funds available. Oh, that is a very good news. Raising the transfer budget to 14.75. And my job security is stable, at least that. They are not happy with the matches because we lost a bunch of matches, but they are happy with whatever. We won against Milan and we have good support. But the supporters are they are slightly disappointed. Not very, slightly, just slightly disappointed. Yeah, Roger Ibania's recent performances. Yeah, so Netherlands lost against Germany 1-0 in the World Cup. I think this was the semi-final, right? So Germany is going to the final, and Brazil won against Spain, and Brazil is going to play Argentina. Yeah, that would be a great semi-final. If we get a game like this with Brazil against Argentina, that would be great. I think Brazil also have a very good team, but they had good teams, and you know, they were kind of favorites at all the past 2 or 3 World Cups. Yeah, we are waiting for the match against Banik Ostrava, as we didn't identify yet a couple of players. Maybe we will get Dani Ceballos, but he might want big salary. But then I think he is the most affordable one. Maybe we can get Saul also on loan. Saul can play more defensively, but he is not great all-rounder. And the fact with these players is that they are coming from very big teams and they will want very big wages. Conor Gallagher would be great. Conor Gallagher is really very good in FM23, at least for the positions that he is playing. Like, I could use him as a carriero, and he is just 22. I imagine that up until 25 he will still improve, but 18 stamina, 17 work rate. Youth intake, good intake. Okay, we have 2 forwards who are considered to be fine prospects. Happy to hear about it. Sometimes you can have an excellent, at least in FM22. I don't know how it works right now because I didn't play that much into the future. So West Ham won. in FM22 you could have a very good youth intake, an excellent youth intake, and then there will be like one player that you could use 3 years from the youth intake. The others were unusable at your level. But then again, on the other side, I agree that it's almost impossible for them to know at that level if the players are good enough or not. So we still have players on international duty. Matthias Viña is coming also from the World Cup and short of fitness. Smalling did not go to the World Cup. All these Italians did not go. Roger Ibanez was not with the Brazilian team. So we have players. Tammy Abraham is back, but I don't want to play him. I think he may be a little bit tired. Let's play Paulinho. Let's play Zaniolo here. And let's play Pedro. Sorry. Pedro Chirivella is very good also as a Carriero, but also in this position that I usually play Matic, a central mid defense. And the idea is that this position normally should not involve a lot of running, should be just like a player who needs to have a very good positioning. This is the tactic that I'm using. I'm using hit early crosses because we have very good statistic in the data hub on crosses. We have very good accuracy, and we are winning the headers. And I added this after first few matches after seeing the statistics. But normally I would use work ball into the box because this is like a vertical tiki-taka style. I'm using a mid block because usually when we are pressing high there is too much space between, even with Zaniolo here, there is too much space between midfield and attack, and then usually I'm playing a higher line, but I can play also a standard line. It depends on the opposition. If the opposition is more difficult, like Lazio, Milan and Juventus of this world, we are playing with a standard line just to avoid being caught. We drop off more, but it's not necessarily something very important. This one would drop off more. Let's put also Matthias Viña on the bench, even though he came from the World Cup. And let's maybe get a 5-0 or 6-0 against Banik Ostrava, no? This is what I'm hoping. A couple of days ago I was streaming in the Europa League and we won 6-0 against Maribor. And it was, I think, probably, yeah, it was the biggest win that I had on like live streaming. Now Spinazzola for Smalling, Karstorp on the right side. Smalling. Let me see, I think I have extended or... Oh, I have comprehensive. Let's go to key highlights. Planica. And they have a shot. Looks like they are quite courageous. They have the balls to play this way against Roma. Yeah, once we go to key highlights, not a lot of highlights. We have very good possession here and passes. What I notice, I don't know if it's something that everyone has noticed on FM23, you tend to get a lot of cards. Might be just my team, but or might be just Roma because they are more aggressive. Oh, De Ulofeo, great run there. And now Karstorp can get in across. Chirivella, oh, hits the post. Very good shot from Chirivella. I didn't know he has that in his locker, but very good shot from outside the box. And now Paulinho, Stencel, Sanhubert. Karsdorp for Smalling. Now Matic. Oh, Matic, what are you doing there? And Stas. Very nice name. With a good shot from outside. And it's 0-0 at the break, and we need to make some changes because we have a lot of the possession, but it seems we are not penetrating correctly. So I will tell them that we need to use the matches to show that we are very, very good. So what changes can we make here? We may change Pellegrini, or yeah, I may put Pellegrini here and play a 4-2-2-2, maybe without dropping off, and maybe with a higher line of engagement or high press, because now having two attacking midfielders, there might not be the same distance between midfield and attack, so we may be able to go with the high press. We are still on positive, but yeah, Zaniolo with a very good recovery now. Come on, what is this? Stokic with a pass to nobody, and Spinazzola now for Chirivella. They are running much more than us, it seems. Now with a wide pass to Plavsic. Planica with a header, and Stas. Oh, very good chance for Banik Ostrava. It seems that they are really fighting for this place in the final of the Friendly Cup. And we are not that interested. Now Pellegrini with a good cross. Was it a goal? I don't know. I think we need a VAR here. It was a shot. No, nothing. Everything just goes on. We don't even see the replay or anything. I think it was a very good shot from there, and the keeper just took it from the line. Now Rui Patricio with a very long pass to Zaniolo. Zaniolo. Now, I don't know what that was. Karsdorp for Deulofeu. Deulofeu and Paulinho. Goal, Paulinho. From a good pass from Deulofeu from the side. Very good persistence there for Deulofeu. Now Karsdorp had a good pass, and Deulofeu and Paulinho escapes from the marking and scores 1-0 for Roma. And we have an injury. Pellegrini gets injured. Why are you getting injured? You barely played. I should have substituted him at the break, but maybe we wouldn't have scored. I don't know. Let's bring in Zalewski, who also came from the World Cup for Spinazzola, but I don't know if Zalewski played any matches for Poland. And maybe Marash Kumbula. Marash Kumbula is a very good player for the future. You might want to look at him further on, I think like 4 years into the game or something like this. Normally on the squad planner and the assistant coach's advices, they're telling me that he will be my second and further on the first choice of central defender. Now he's just the fourth one, I think, after Smalling, Mancini and Roger Ibanez. Now Deulofeu. Deulofeu. He's making all this progress, all these very good runs, and then in the front of goalkeeper he just shoots very, very poor. So we scraped a 1-0 win, and we are going to the final. So I tell them that a win is a win, but we have to raise our performance levels, and they all appeared uncertain and unhappy. That is strange, because the feedback was positive. What were you expecting? Something even more positive. So Netherlands won against Brazil in the third place playoff. So Argentina won against Brazil in the semifinals. Let's look at these results. Lautaro Martinez, Evanilson. Wow. I didn't even know that Evanilson was in the discussion for Brazilian squad. I know he plays for Porto, he's good for the future and so on, but... And Lautaro Martinez closed the net there, and Messi also played. But it seems that in FM, Messi plays but does not do a lot, so he doesn't do almost anything. And the final will be Argentina against Germany. Germany still doesn't have a squad. I don't have the fix names patch. We are playing West Ham in the final of this friendly cup, and then we have 2 more friendlies that I don't think that I will play. I will wait for the beginning of the transfer window, maybe try to bring in 1 player there. Cup Miners, remarkable improvements in the recent training sessions, but he's at the World Cup. Let's see if we can win against West Ham. Normally we should. Normally we should. I think that we are better than West Ham. They are on 6th place, so they are not bad at all in Premier League. Jared Bowen, this guy looks good. Michael Antonio, Lucas Paqueta. To be honest, in real life I didn't really see Lucas Paqueta doing stuff. I was expecting for him to be more central to the team, being a big signing and all. Okay, so we're putting Cup Miners on the bench because he just came from the World Cup. Also, Jorginho Wijnaldum. Dybala is still there with the final against Germany. And what other changes do we need to do? Pellegrini will be out for 2 to 4 weeks. It's not that major, but still we'll take him out. No. This guy is on loan. Who can we put? We are putting Zaniolo here, and we will bring in the young Pagano, Riccardo Pagano, only 18 years old. He is not great, but I couldn't loan him out, so I kept him in the team and kind of use him as a last resort substitute for these places like central mid and attacking midfielder. I'm bringing in Tammy Abraham. For Paulinho, and we'll bring in Paulinho later in the game. Cup Miners and Wijnaldum will still be here, but I will probably not use them. We don't do changes here. We go with a standard defensive line with more pressing, prevent goalkeeper from playing the ball, and we are off to the final. No. Okay, let's go. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 with kind of the second team. They have Michael Antonio and Ben Rama and maybe Lanzini. So they have like 3 or 4 players that can be like first team starters, but generally they have the second team there. Zaniolo now. For Spinazzola, Pagano. Oh, the young Pagano with a good shot from outside the box. Zaniolo, and now Johnson with the header. Smalling. Lanzini with a cross, but we are there. We are winning the headers. Oh, what a mistake from Rui Patricio. But it wasn't offside, right? Yes. I didn't see the offside first. Yeah, it was very small. I think it was a mistake. I mean, how can you do that with the ball as a keeper? You should have caught that. Yeah, it was not such a very big shot, very strong. So the first part of the match was very intense with a lot of highlights, and now not so much. They have just 1 shot and 1 on target with almost no XG. 0.03. I have seen 1 statistic, I think, from the yesterday's, and it's a penalty for Chirivella. Benrahma hard tackle. You cannot tackle like that. You cannot tackle like that. And it will be Tammy Abraham. Oh, what was that? What was that? Tammy Abraham goes for a shot outside the stadium. And now another injury. Another injury. I cannot bring in Coop Miners. He just played like a couple of days ago in the World Cup. I'm bringing in Madi Camara. So we have Pellegrini injured and now we have Matic injured. And if anyone was wondering why we are looking for central midfielders, this is why. Yeah, don't lose faith. Understand that he's carrying an injury. Yeah, you've not been good enough. They did the 2 changes, bringing in Craig Dawson. They're at the center of defense. If not, that brings us Abraham with a header and goal! Tammy Abraham! And Pedro Chirivella with a great cross, and Tammy Abraham with a header, and we are winning. Yes, Tammy Abraham, great header there. So it seems we are winning. What? We had a VAR for this. Yeah, anyway. It seems that we are winning and we were really the better team. I think these 1-0 wins are also quite good. Oh, what a pass there again, Chirivella, right? For Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham does some amazing runs behind the defense, and we have Zaniolo also kind of injured, so I need to substitute him. We cannot afford to lose also Zaniolo. Potential foot injury. Okay. Let's change also Smalling and Karsdorp, as they are, let's say, the more important players in our defense. Of course, also Mancini. But we have Roger Ibanez, who is kind of at the same level. Smalling, I think it's a little bit better than Mancini and Ibanez. So they put Antonio as a complete forward. We are supposed to be afraid. They have a free kick, Coventry, but it's Rui Patricio there with a great catch. I don't know what they wanted with this free kick. And now Deulofeu, who is like 170, like 5'7" or something like this. So what was that? Why are we positioning so bad? We are with the standard defensive line. We are not higher. Why? Oh, what a goal! Wonderful build-up. Peak and West Ham draw level. I don't know who these guys are. Greenwich and Peak. Coventry for Greenwich, and then Peak coming there with the left foot. So Eduardo Bove, Mancini, all of these guys, very bad positioning. They are also tired. Can we change the whole team now? Bringing in Kumbula here, Zalewski. Also Chirivella is very tired, but I wonder if I'm doing a change, even though I don't have anyone to bring in. I can bring in Wijnaldum as a Carriero. He is coming straight from the World Cup, but he didn't play for me so far, so I will try to use him. It's 1-1. We will probably head over to the extra time or penalties or whatever it is. It might be directly penalties because it's a friendly cup. If nothing happens, but let's see. Eduardo Bove with a bad pass, and they are on the counter. Let's see if something happens. Zeki Celik with a good recovery, and now Deulofeu is not there. Craig Dawson, long ball. Kumbula wins the header, and now Eduardo Bove spends a lot of time for his first touch, and now some dribblings there. Wijnaldum with a shot blocked, and Deulofeu. Was it a goal now? No V. And Pagano. Oh. There is no VAR for these balls that are like on the line. You don't know if it was a goal or not, but there is never a VAR. I don't understand. Why is there never a VAR? It should be a VAR all the time. I want to see like VAR every 5 minutes in Football Manager. I don't mind. In real life, I hate it, but in Football Manager, so it's directly we are going to penalties. So Roger Ibanez is the only one who is complacent, but he's not that good at scoring from penalties. Not a lot of our players are good at scoring from penalties. Let's put in Pagano, the young Pagano. Then we will put Wijnaldum because he's very experienced. But it is a possibility that Wijnaldum will not score. I'm telling you now, just as a heads up. Displaying little emotion. Then here after Zalewski, all of these is just, if you are 9 or if you are 7 or 6 is not a big difference in penalties. You can still be very, very bad. So anyway, maybe let's put Rui Patricio here in front of Ibanez, just for the fun of it. Pep talk. Do your best. So let's see. Tammy Abraham, first one to shoot. Oh, misses Tammy Abraham. So Tammy Abraham misses. Craig Dawson scores for West Ham. So it's 1-0 for West Ham on penalties. It's 2-1 for them in general. Deulofeu now with a penalty scores. Gerard Deulofeu. So we have Tammy Abraham, Gerard Deulofeu, and then a lot of guys with like 9 on penalties. Earthy scores for West Ham. Earthy. Very nice name. Earthy. Pagano, the young Pagano. Oh, right on the middle of the goal. So it seems we will lose these on penalties. There are like 90% chances that we will lose. Woods scores. I guess this is not Chris Woods. No, Chris Woods is Wood, not Woods. And now Wijnaldum to seal the loss here. I think that Jorginho Wijnaldum will come just to seal, to make sure that we are losing this. Oh no, he scores. Good. Excellent midfielder. Excellent. I can't wait to play him. Jorginho Wijnaldum. Then it's Casey for West Ham. I don't know exactly who Casey might be, but good for him. He can miss. Oh no, but he doesn't. And he scores, settling the victory for West Ham after penalties in this friendly cup that was played at their stadium. What can I say? I will tell them this so that they will appear also happy, because again we lost on penalties. What could we do? We lost on penalties. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so we're not going to play the other two. So Matic out from 12 days to 2 weeks, so not that much, but still. Okay, Zaniolo, at least I substituted him on time and he is out just for a day. That is good. At least we have a good news in Zaniolo that he will be able to play at the beginning of the matches in January. because we will need, of course, a lot of midfielders, and he can play in the midfield as well. Ibanez transfer saga. Tottenham. Okay, I'm not going to go for this because we have like 10 days to identify 1 or 2 players, and some of them are not yet scouted. Like Saul, I don't have a very good scouting report on him. Rodrigo Bentancur, yeah, but he is very expensive. I think I should put here also the transfer value to be like below 10, right? Do you think we can find someone below 10? No, let's put it at 50. Maybe below 10 is a little bit too ambitious. Hadzimetovic from Konyaspor. I understand that he might be a bargain. Can he play central mid defend? Not really. He has really bad defensive attributes. I don't know why he is recommended. Marking can be at most a 10. Tackling is a 10, so stamina is not that high. Mentals are below average, I would say. So I don't know. I don't think I would buy him. Fernando Antalyaspor, Kevin Campbell, Carol Linetti. No, I don't think that we need to go that much further. I think Axel Witsel should be an option. He is bad physically, at least from a acceleration and pace standpoint. He's good balance, good natural fitness. Let's say fine stamina, but otherwise he's quite okay from a technical standpoint. Sergio Roberto and Dani Ceballos. If I'm going to ask the agent about what are the demands, so he wants 4.2 to 6 years to 6 million per year salary, and will expect to provide competition for places, will become a regular starter when Lorenzo Pellegrini leaves the club. And Real wants 1.1 million. So the demands are fine for this kind of player. I mean, he doesn't want his salary at Real Madrid. He knows that 4.2 would be good, but I think he will settle for more like 6, which is quite high. If you are looking at the salaries that we have at Roma, we have Dybala and Pellegrini on above 7, and then we have only 2 players, Koopmeiners and Wijnaldum, who is on loan. So of course from a PSG salary 6.3, and then for the good players is like 4 to 5 million for most of them. Even Tammy Abraham has 5.7 million. I want to look a little bit more for central midfielders. We were on Dani Ceballos, I think. I always digress. I go from one topic to the other, but okay, 1 or 2 days. In the attack, we have enough options because I was kind of focusing on attack the first time when we did our transfers, and I got from the beginning Paulinho and Gerard Deulofeu. Paulinho, he is a bit older, but I think he delivered enough, 2 goals in 5 matches, and if we are looking at the full stats, he also scored in Europa League. So he is not bad, good, very good average rating. He can step up when Tammy Abraham is tired or something like this. Gerard Deulofeu should be more creative. What I was expecting from like past years, that he would play also here as a central attacking midfielder, but he doesn't in FM23. He only plays as a winger, and he's 28. It's very hard and takes a lot of time to retrain him to play in the center. So we paid some money for him. 12 million was a little bit high, but he's good as an option for the attack. At center mid, we don't have that many people, that many bodies. We had those two players that I showed earlier, Madi Camara and Eduardo Bove, but they are not at the level of Serie A. I couldn't loan out Eduardo Bove during the summer. It was the same that happened with Riccardo Pagano, but then again, Pagano doesn't care if I don't play him, so I don't need to play him. Eduardo Bove should not care either. Riccardo Pagano is paid with 35,000 euros per year, but he's 18, so but we should loan out Eduardo Bove, who doesn't have a big salary either, but we can loan him out and bring in someone else. So we sold Eldor Shomurodov first to Brighton. I think this was in the first few days of playing, and then we sold Brian Cristante to Real Madrid for 26 million, because I just wanted to kind of bring in someone else, and Brian Cristante was not the first choice in the middle of the park, and I thought at the moment that 26 million is a lot of money, but turns out it's not that much. But then we got Coop Miners, who is probably better than Brian Cristante. But so Argentina won the World Cup final 2-1. We didn't speak about this. Petzela scored one of the goals, and then Lautaro Martinez, with Messi not playing. Yeah, that would be fantastic, but I don't think there is any Argentina coach that can keep Messi on the bench in the World Cup final. But also Dybala did not play. So they had Joaquin Alvarez, Rodrigo De Paul, and Di Maria in the just behind Lautaro Martinez, with Petzela scoring a goal, Christian Romero here, and Molina. Good. So Argentina won the World Cup. I have Gerson, who was on my short list. Tall, he's a good physical presence, Croatian guy. Martin Baturina. I think I will buy him, and I will use him as a backup to... he will be 20 very soon, so at 20 years old, generally players can be very close to their peak, or very close to their best ability, their potential ability. Yeah. But anyway, we started the stream with 16 followers out of 25, and we are very, very close to reaching the goal of 25. Starting with next stream, probably I will increase the goal to 50. So see you next time. Goodbye.